Welcome to Karen, Nairobi's epitome of luxury living. Today we are exploring an exquisite 6-bedroom mansion, a harmonious blend of elegance and modern design, priced at 110 million. This is 110 million, sitting on a half an acre. Now on the next side, this one is 130 million. The difference is only because it's a corner plot. The corner plot is always an advantage of this place. Come, let me show you something. From me here, this is your neighbor. This is an estate of only 3 units in the compound. Down, there's a cabro. The cabro is it's actually gonna be from here, from the neighbor's house, up to the main gate. Now, we'll have one caretaker to overlook the garden for each unit, and then only the main gate will have a security guard. I'm thinking one guard during the day and then 2 guards during the night. But it all depends on when guys are moving in. One unit has already been sold. This unit is available. This unit we're seeing, it's available. Then the next one is also available at 130. The only difference is it's bigger, it's a corner plot, and also watch the road ends, so the owner gets the road for this one. The mansion sits on a generous plot, boasting a meticulous landscape garden, a spacious driveway, accommodating multiple vehicles. Actually, over here, we can see like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you park all the way up to here, I can say eight. I'll be exaggerating it a bit. So let's say about six options. And an architectural design that reflects both modern aesthetics and a timeless elegance. Let me show you something over here. So assuming that can be used as a parking as well. That can be using as a parking. So one thing I've noticed about this property, as much as they gave the mansion the driveway, they also gave it as a parking. So if you park all the way up to the end, you also have space to maneuver as you're driving, going out. So you don't have to wake up your partner in the morning or your better half telling them that you need to go very early in the morning. So just park your car this way or that way. We all know Nairobi. So this is the garden. This is the beautiful garden that you can see from there. So once the grass comes up, once the grass matures, it will be very nice. We can't step in there right now because it was just watered and we're expected to go inside the house. So we can't carry that mud, yeah. But the space, look at the space. Space is quite nice. That is the 2 DSQs. Like I mentioned on the start of the videos, we have right over there, that is the septic, sir. That is the septic tank over there. So as from the garden, you come all the way this side. I love the way how they place it. They place this wall just on the cargo space. Actually, because they know one car is gonna come, one car at a time. They don't need so much space. I love the way they put you have left with a small garden. These are snake plants. I love the way they placed very nicely. So once they grow, they're gonna bring that green, the homely feeling, the garden feeling. This house is so green. This house is so beautiful. Just the fresh air is gonna be in the house. Actually, the snake plant is actually very good on that one. And let me not advertise the plant. I don't know so much about gardening. On this other side, you have plenty of places where you can do. If you love gardening, actually, they considered everything. One thing, this house I love it because of 5 things from the outside. So this is like the third thing that I'm mentioning, is that if you love gardening, this can be your space for your garden. You can always do a couple of things over here, but not skuma wiki. Let's not put skuma over here. Let's put like just the plants, how they're placed. You can always come up with your own design of plants because they're different type of plant. And then this is how you can see there's this place over here. I love how the pots are just placed on the entrance. And this on this side, you have a small garden that at least gives this house a beautiful look. Say for example, you're all the way up there just looking down. You can always be distracted. Your thoughts can always be distracted by the plants over here. So the snake plants you can always do over here. So the fourth thing, the advantage about this one, as you're living, let's say for example you're driving in, you don't need, if you have say for example you're hosting, you can have one entrance on the left. This is on my left, and then on your right. So, for example, you're hosting. I'll have my visitors, if I'm hosting them at the back, coming all the way from the driveway. They don't need to go inside the house. They can always just go back behind the house. Yeah? If, for example, if you're coming from the supermarket or you're shopping, and you love to go straight to the wet kitchen, we'll see that in a moment. You can always use this side. But either way, let's say, for example, someone is outside, or your kids are their bikes or somewhere, you can always just they can always use either of the entrance to come in. Okay, you'll notice about the windows. It has actually very huge windows. This is actually very nice. We're gonna look that in a moment. And then I love the fact that they didn't cut off the tree and then plant new one. So you can see you can cut. Someone can always cut off the tree, then say I'm planting another one. But how they worked around that one that was actually very nice. And then on this side, come, let me show you before we move to the back. Let me show you. You can see how the bamboo trees were placed over here. These are actually bamboo trees. So these one are placed very nicely with the footpath. This is very nicely. Goes all the septic tank all the way around. It brings that feeling. And once they grow, it's gonna have a very good feeling coming up here. Now let's have a look at the inside. Before we go in, I want you to notice one thing. I want you to note, I love the wall mat all the way around. And then you also notice that there's a natural wall, natural stone wall cladding. This one. So this is the first one. So we put this one as number one. I love the way the developers actually put this one in. And then you also have this one, the windows, just from this side and that side, translucent. So the light comes in, but it's more or less, it's better than a tinted window. Nobody can see, nobody can peep in. Nobody can peep in inside and see what you have. And then you have the shade. Assuming it's raining, you just park your car over here. You just want to get straight in the house. I'm just picking up someone, or you're picking up, it is raining, there's a scorching sun or something. You can always park your car over here. Someone can get in. And then the shades is right over here. So all the three houses come with the shade. Entering through the grand door, you'll notice that we have a smart lock. This one over here. I love this one. Mahogany door. This one over here, and then you also have you can all place some artificial flower pots just right over here. Remember, this is the one I was telling you, natural stone cladding. And then what else you'll see, greeted by a spacious foyer with a triple, not one, not two, a triple soaring ceiling, setting the tone for the luxury that unfolds within the house. Over here, just come inside. Love how you can place the window. You can see from here, you'll see all your window. Let me just close this one. This is the first window you can see. So there's enough natural lighting coming through the house that reflects through the house. And now, this is the stairs. We'll also explore that in a moment. But now I want to show you the powder room or the visitor's cloakroom. One thing you notice when I was outside, I mentioned this glass, translucent glass. So nobody can see you inside, but there's enough light coming in. So this is the powder room. Now space for this one. And then they really consider space doing, just look at all this. This is the space that you have over here. So this you can, like a shoe rack or bicycle parking, you can always put it like that. You can have a huge flower pot over here. Just overlooking that way. And then all the way straight from here, you look at that. One thing that catches your eye as you come in is that wall over there. That's an art itself. That's an art. So this is just an art. As a moment, just stand over there. This is an art itself. The natural wall cladding itself. This is actually very natural stone. I love it. This is, yeah, blending with the color over here. Yeah, you can always actually just imagine you can put an art. So actually, it actually complements it very well when you put pictures on this side. The, yeah, I'm telling you, look at this lights. Yeah, you can put on the chandelier. And then one thing about the chandelier, speaking of the chandelier, you can always have your a huge chandelier from the top coming down. Just as you will come in, it will welcome you very well. Then you'll have a visitor, a bedroom over here. One thing about it, the disadvantage to this one is always the visitor. So you can always you always remembered you're supposed to be living, not staying. You're supposed to be living. But one thing and thing, the advantage is you have your window just to look at the garden. I love the lights. We didn't switch off any lights. So let me switch on the lights so that you can see. So there's a huge difference. I love the wardrobe space. Comes with a laminated floor. This is all over the house. This one, it's not the parquet, but the laminated floor. The sockets are everywhere. It's a wooden door. And then it's ensuite. The best thing about it is the ensuite part. This is the bathroom. It's quite spacious, very spacious over here. Mhm. You have your own cabinetry over here. Just have a look on the shower. This is the shower. Let me switch on the light so you see it in a minute. This is the shower. Because you can feel like you're playing a piano over here. So you have the shower head, and then you have this in the mobile. Yeah, you can always remove it. The shower. You have your soap dish. This is stainless steel over here. I love the way they placed. You have your shower for the towel. This is the towel rack over here, which is mounted on the wall. Then you have your tap. And then over here you can see how they just placed to the sink. So they actually created space. And other than leaving it open, they've actually created space. Then on that side, which far end on the corner, you have your toilet. That side is your toilet. You have your shower over here. You have your drainage, just in case for the water. You can always just come over here. And then the floor it's slightly slanted, so that there's no water. Will remain over here. So all the water will just go down the drain. As we started, I also show you how the drainage works. So storing a flooding, no, there won't be any flooding over here. This is just the visitors' room. Quite simple, but quite very spacious. A 6x6 bed can fit here very nicely with a side table or just a study table. Let me show you one thing about the other house you love. So this can be either your home office, which is too obvious because it's open. So I'll put it as a visitor's lounge. Yeah, visitors lounge. Because I bet living in a place like this, you love to host a lot. And when you're hosting, there's some meetings that you will prefer having them, just small meetings or just meeting those your friends or discussing something for the committee. Let's say, for example, a member of the committee or something like that. You love to sit here and discuss it. You'll have your chair, just a visitor's lounge. So this is far away from the kitchen, the living room. So actually, when someone walks in, for example, I walk in, I'm bringing your lease agreement or your sale agreement, I will not have to bother you if you're eating or bother your family. Let's say, for example, you're hosting someone, or when someone is cooking, I don't need to peep in your kitchen, see what you're cooking and all that. Then it all opens up to your side garden. This is a side garden. Remember when I mentioned that you go left, you go right, you can always pass over here. So it has a pathway coming this way. This is the side garden. This overlooks the neighbor. They've already occupied it. So you guarantee to have a good neighbor just across. And then once the iron sheet are out, these are the iron sheet I mentioned earlier, they'll always have like a wall coming up on this side. So you can see over that. Let's see. So we'll label this one as a visitor's lounge, because this is a 6 bedroom, all rooms and so some rooms can be a bit confusing. So when you're coming on over this side, now we're moving to the sitting room, or the living area. You'll notice the laminated floor coming. The open plan living area excludes warmth and sophisticated, seamless flowing into the dining space. This should be your dining space over here. Mhm. Over here, this should be a dining space, and are perfect for hosting intimate dinners or grand gatherings. And one thing, and you'll notice that again, you have a switch over here, so don't get confused. So actually, this will be your living room side, and this can be your dining area side. And then over here, you have a fireplace. This is a fireplace. You can always have your pots over here nicely. I love the way that it is wall, and it's functional. Yeah, yes, it is. So you can always have the fire keeps burning. They always say keep the fire burning. So I love the chandelier. The lights come from the chandelier, and then you'll also notice the windows from this end to that end that allow the warm air coming in. See, it brings that the family feeling that you're home. So look at the lighting. And one thing I mentioned when you're outside, they have a side garden as you're coming in from the door. So the beauty about that garden, leave alone this one on the other side, this from your veranda going to your main garden, you'll see that tree. So assuming you're relaxing over here, enjoying a coffee, or just because this cannot be the TV room. This is actually the living room, so the TV cannot be here. So the TV should be upstairs. So here you will just enjoy nature at its best. And then I love the way to complemented the chandeliers. You can see the chandeliers. Then you have this light over here. So if you choose to switch off this chandelier, you can always have this light on over here. Then remember, we have my wall, the art wall. This is actually very beautiful. So you have both sides, the front side and the back side. So you can always decide just to have, this is the middle. So you actually place the light for you just to mention that this is the middle, and then you have your own sockets over here in case of charging, or you just want to have a small desk over here just for beauty purposes. Beauty can never be enough. This is an art itself, but you can always add another art over here. I love the wall cladding to this one. It's a natural stone. These are natural stones. These are beautiful wall cladding. Now we move on to this side of the open plan kitchen. Let me show you what we have over here. The state of the art kitchen is a culinary enthusiast dream, featuring top of the line appliances, sleek granite tops, and a custom cabinetry. The beauty about this one, actually, it can serve two or three things. One, let's say you have a toddler who's doing their homework. You can always sit them over here. As they do your homework, you always cook. Remember, this is just the main kitchen, or we like to use it as the dry kitchen. And also this one can serve as your breakfast table. You can always have some small seat over here just to have for the breakfast. And then I love the lighting, how it's placed. So even if the dining table is over here on the space, this one, even if you have like a breakfast chair for yourself, or just for the evening when you want to catch up with family and friends, or hubby's home. So when you just want to watch a few things, look at what the kids are doing. So that's one of the advantages about having an open plan kitchen. You can always monitor your toddlers, they do their homework. That's the second advantage. You can always use it as a breakfast table. That's that advantage. And then one thing about this house, it comes with the dishwasher. You have a dishwasher, and also it doesn't have a double sink. That's one thing. I love the design. This one, it's a bit different from the double sink, because at least it will take a lot of space in it. So you'll have like one sink over here. So you have like a big basin over this one. So this one's actually very nice. This one I love. And then the space comes in. So I'll have my water purifier over here if you ask me, because it's all in place. And then the dishwasher is just plug and play. And come over here, you can always have your food stuff, your cereal, anything you can do. And then you have your cooker. This is your cooker. This is more or less like a 5 burner. This is a 5 burner. This is also the hood. The hood is also a functional. I think we press somewhere over here. Yeah. You see, it's functional. So that's one thing about it. All that. That's the light. Wow. Uh-huh. You can always switch them off. So at least you don't have, for those who are worried about, the open plan kitchen, all my chair will smell like food when I'm cooking. No, now this is where the hood comes in. So you can always, when you're cooking, this can always be on. Okay, so it can extract the food and all that. Uh, I'm sure you also have a couple of disadvantages about it, especially when someone says, "What if a meat fell down?" and all that stuff. All my visitors will see. Now that's where you come in. That's with the wet kitchen. That's where we'll go there in a minute. But before we get there, the design is nice. Yeah, it looks like a bar area. Yeah, on the ones on this side, like a design, senor. Hey, just look at this one. Yeah, bro is right. Like a small design over that one, so you can have your small things over here. And then I love the way how they place the sockets. The sockets are well placed. Everything, so you don't have to worry about you can chill there exactly over here. Just like your wine over here, just a small radio. Those who love listening to the old school radios over here, Bluetooth speaker is right over here as you're looking the garden, the back garden on that side. And then for this other side, you also have a space when you're cooking. You can always peep in through the door. Not that much, but you can always peep in through the door. And that should be it. And then the other thing is just look at this. Look at all that this space. More space up there. So it comes with a microwave. It comes with an oven, fully functional. This one comes with a microwave and an oven. So the advantages about this one, you won't have to worry about anything you have to do here. And now one of the things that people don't like to do, and I usually say they don't like to do at all, is have a laminated floor for kitchen because of the water. So let's say you're washing your dishes. These are water, they're enemies. But one thing the developer did, they put this over here. You have a small drain over here, so you don't need to worry about that one. So there won't be any stilled water around this place. So you can do on your washing or just doing your cleanup, you can always mop it over here. So this one is one of the advantages. And then you don't have to worry about the laminated floor. You can always do the major cooking. Let me show you. We can always do the major cooking on this side. Now this is the wet area. Come with me. Now this is the wet area. Now this is the sink I was telling you about. Notice the difference. This is the first sink. And then the other sink, which you have just seen right now, you will see it. Brian will show you that one over there. You see this one? Now look at that sink. Now this is the advantage. Now this is the wet area. Now you can see you can do all your washing over here, no matter what. Then you don't have to worry. You have tiles over here. And then you say, what am I going to do with my burner, my 6 burner? You can always place it over here. You have a space for your burner. Now the fridge is coming. This side comes for the freezer. The freezer, I'll put it this side. And then the fridge, I'll put it this side for the double door. If it's a huge fridge, we can always place it over here. And then one thing about the house, what they have done is that all the things, this is the sockets, all the sockets are here. The circuit breaker, the what. So you don't have to worry. In case of emergency, you can always come and switch off. So you have the circuit breaker over here. And then, if you notice, it doesn't have a pantry. But what they did is much even better. They gave you a cabinetry space for all your things. So in case you're from the rural areas, you want to put all your maize, or your maize flour, maize, bananas, watermelons, and all that. I know someone asked me, hey, those watermelons, what am I going to do with them? I don't know. I just thought. You can always place them over here. So you have all this space. You have all this space that comes all the way there, and you have all the lighting. It doesn't have the hood like the other one, but you can always, when you're cooking, as Africans, we always have a bad behaviors opening the windows. So, so in case you're cooking, and then for those who love the closed kitchen, you can always consider those a closed kitchen. Because you see, once you get in here, you can always close over there. And you ask me, what about the sockets? You usually plenty of sockets over here. You have that one, you have that one. You can always do, and then you have over here this one. And then you have more space just to consider whatever you want to do. So for the fancy stuff, for the small stuff, you can always place them over there. So that's why I usually say that open plan kitchen is an advantage for me, as for my kids or watching over the toddler, is because when they're doing their homework, I will not worry about major stuff. Plus, it is also safe. I want to do my major cooking in that cooking. I'll do it here on the wet kitchen. Okay? So, as we move forward, can we see the other ones? Raya, can you allow me to show them? Now let's move. Before we go there, you have this door over here. We didn't want to open it because it leads all the way to the backyard. Or just you see it on that side. Come, let me show you. Now we are going all the way upstairs. But before we go there, let's show them the garden. We move all the way here. This is the outdoor space. As you see, this is the outdoor space. Look at all that space from here. Here. This is actually very massive. Number one, if you love to host, this is the house for you. Yeah. Yeah, you can place your tent here, or you can have a small gazebo, or better yet, a swimming pool. You you can always have a swimming pool over here. Mm-hmm. And then there's a perimeter wall, and then there's an electric fence. So you don't need to worry about what's behind. There's nothing. That's actually just a plain land. So, and then there's someone's house on that side. You have your neighbors on the left, and then on the right. And then just like anyone, any typical, the tanks are not here. The tanks are upstairs. So you have all this space. So you don't have to worry about, where I'm going to put my tanks, what I'm going to do, my what. Let me show you another one. Let me show you. You remember when you're in the kitchen, this is the now, I was calling this one the dry kitchen. Now this is the wet kitchen. Remember when I opened this window? So you can always peep in over here and look. So this is for better. You can always have a small table over here. I think maybe that's the reason why they put the sockets. Because when you're over here, maybe you want to have food, you want to go around, you can always come. Like a small dining table over here. When you're taking your beers, chilling, waiting for supper, but you can always have like a small dining table, a table over here, or a pool. If you love playing pool, yeah, this is enough. This is enough space for the pool. You can always just like, you can play pool. All those soccer balls you love to, soccer game you love to. So this is the back area as you come in. When you come this side, you'll have, now this is the door this is the door. This is the door for the wet kitchen, right? This is the door for the wet kitchen. We didn't want to open it so that at least we don't confuse you. We didn't want to open it because we don't want to confuse you with the. Remember when we mentioned this was the office, the up or visitors lounge area. Yeah, I remember that side. So these are visitors. Now, one thing you'll notice about this house, uh, it was the triple volume ceiling. Now, this is the beauty of it. When you come at the back side, you'll see there's a small balcony, and also there are doors. And also you see that one, there's a small balcony, and there's another door. On this other side, which one we usually don't do this, but I had to show you something so that you'll understand. You see, from the space from here, from the space from this one, from the balcony. This is the balcony from the kitchen, from the sitting room. Now what let's see what the developer did. Just how did he play around with this space? Most of the guys usually fail on this one, but this is going to be a surprise. Let's see what he did here. From all the way there, just stay back. To here. So come with me as we ascend upstairs. Now, the stairs is this way. It's actually quite simple, but it's not simple as such. I love the look that it gives. The glass on the stairs gives a good look. And then, you remember the translucent glass also. The light comes in, but it's dark. So it's more or less, this one is not tint. So someone from the outside, right there from the SQ, where we were standing, where we'll stand in a minute, and I will show you right over here. Then I will show you the translucent glass so that at least you'll see. No, there's no bulb that is on. This is all natural lighting. This is the beauty about it. This is the first beauty we see as we come upstairs. Now, just look at that corridor over there. Look at all this space. You remember this was a triple ceiling? Not a double ceiling, but a triple. This is, look at all that, this space. Before we go back to the room, just look at all this. Now, this is actually utilized space very well. Very well. Let's start with this one. Let's start with this room. Right over here, you come, this is the first bedroom. All the rooms are en suite. Let me switch off the lights first. Let me show you without the lights. Now, let me switch on the lights. You see? I love the natural lighting in this room. I love the natural lighting. And then from here, I love the window, which is all the way from up. Now just look at that. Look at all that space. Allow the lights, the natural lights, to come in very nicely. It bounces back very nicely. I would paint this one white. Yeah, so I'll paint this one white just because it will, at least the light will bounce back and forth. We'll play with the light very nicely. And then it's quite spacious. 6x6 bed can fit here very nicely. It's just like the other bedroom that is downstairs. Okay? Yeah. Now it is also en suite. I mentioned that all the rooms comes en suite. Let me show you. You have cabinetry space, just to mention. It's in the middle. Okay, you have your shower over here. This is your shower. Right over here, you have your shower. They call a piano shower. And the musical player with your shower head. So as you notice, they also have a provision for the instant shower over here. They also have a provision for the instant shower. Now you put the shower head, but we also have solar. This one also has solar. We have a metal towel rack. Yeah? This is a metal towel rack. So this is a metal towel rack. Okay, and then you have a place for your for this is the sink. You have a toothbrush for over here. You can always place your towels on that, and then on this side, on the farthest end, just like the one downstairs, you'll have the toilet back on the front. So the door is in the middle. One thing I love is the door is in the middle. You have your toilet on the left side, on the right side, and then the shower on the left. And then one thing about it you love, just like the only difference from this, the shower and the downstairs, you'll notice that the downstairs had the drainage over here. This one it doesn't have. So the drainage is right over there. For just to avoid the water from coming this side, you have all this space. Okay, so you have all this space, just like any other. This more or less like those apartments usually show, whereas the shower is right over here. Then you do have to shower over here, just in case of any incidences. So actually, for that, this one's the main purpose, because so at least the water won't spill on the other side. So, and then you have your drainage over on that side. One thing I want to show you also, the other thing is you also notice the translucent window. Okay, giving the vibe. Actually, it doesn't spoil the vibe. The vibe is still there. It has not even spoiled the vibe. The bathroom. Imagine we're in the bathroom. Just imagine this bathroom. The space. Look at that space. Imagine this is just a space. Look at all this. This is just a bathroom, not the bedroom. The bathroom. Wow, this, look at the vibe. And then you see, once you're here, you don't have to worry about who's gonna see you, because actually you cannot see outside, or also someone cannot also peep in and see you. A glass door, eh? By the way, just to give a vibe over here. Yeah. But then again, if you do a glass over here, what about this one? Yeah, the tower rack, yeah. So on this side, yeah. So yeah, but the space is nice. Anyway, yeah. So whichever you will decide, at least you have your soap dish over here, so you don't need to worry about that one. So the one you will decide. So let's move on to the next. As we move on to the next, You'll notice as when you're downstairs, this is where the visitor was tell, remember, this is your time to go. But over here, you are shown that you're home. So this is the clock room. Mm. This is the cloak room or the powder room. Look at the granite top. Also, I love that one. And then you have your bathroom over here, which is also this. The reason for this bathroom, I think, is because of the TV room. The TV room is upstairs. So when the guys are guesting, you don't have to go into someone's bedroom just to use the bathroom. So you can always do that. And then the translucent glasses, which one is also nice. This is nice, and that I love the way the tiles are placed. The tiles are placed very nicely. Okay, I will not change the lighting. All right, the light on the glass, yeah? Yeah, this is nice. This is very nice. This is quite good. Yeah, so I love this one very nicely. So it comes in-house. This is all comes in-house. A wall for your art. This is also, you can also place for your art. Now, this is the TV room. This is the TV room. Right over here, you have your TV room, overlooking the neighbor's yard or the front yard on this side. So this is actually quite nicely. You can actually come on this side and show you something. As you come in, as you're checking in, move back. Now, you can always place your TV either on this side or come on this side and show you something, or on this side. So it's just plug and play. So Safaricom fiber is set, everything is set, DSTV is set, it's all plug and play. So this will use it as a TV room over here. You have a small balcony, just a small one, just for your flowers. You can always put snake plants over there, or you can just put something nice. Just come. Before we move on to the master, guess which one is the master? 1, 2, 3. We start with this one. Okay? So we come over here. Also from the tiles, you get the laminated floor. I love the way it complements. And then you have again floor to ceiling window, just to allow the light coming in. And then you can always see the lighting, how it is. You can always see these lights. This is actually quite nice. You can always place it up or down the way you like it. And then you have, if you have a TV person in your bedroom, you can always place it over here, because this is actually big. This can fit a 7 by 7. This is the wardrobe space. Let me show you the wardrobe. That's the wardrobe space. This is quite nice. Can fit all your clothes over here. I think I love this one. I love this one a lot. Okay, so you can hang your suits, your coats, and everything. You can always have this one just for downstairs. You can always have this one. This is quite good. This is quite nice. I love this one. You can always choose to open. You can always choose to open this one. Just to allow air to come in. You can always open this one. Now you remember, this one, he doesn't have an advantage of having a balcony on this side, but at least he can peep in and see that one as well. So I love this bedroom because of the the reason why I love the bedroom is because it has a jacuzzi. You have a jacuzzi. Coming this side, you have a jacuzzi, fully functional. This is a jacuzzi. Okay? And on this side, actually they utilize space very well. On this side, you have a toilet. You have a toilet seat, your toilet over here. And then you have your shower head right over here. Now, actually they utilize the space very nicely. So you can fit a jacuzzi, it can fit my shower, the toilet, and you can have your soap dish over here. You can have your shampoo, this over here. You have a place for your towel. Yeah, you can all. Hey, you can decide. Actually, I can decide every morning I'm here. Every morning I'm here. Every evening. Yes, exactly. Yeah. So at least I can. Today I'm going to work. I'm late. So because every time you're going to work, you don't have time to sit down, and then you start playing with the sound. So this one I can actually choose. And then in the evening, just one of those days, hard days, you're on that side. The master bedroom is in suite sanctuary. This is more or less like a primary bedroom. This is a primary bedroom. Look at that. Look at all that space. This is actually quite spacious. Very spacious actually. With a walk-in closet. This is a walk-in closet. The he's and has. These are the he's and has. And over here you have a window. I love the lighting coming all the way from that one. You have your windows over here. Uh-huh. This is actually very nice. With a private balcony overlooking the gardens. Let me show you the private balcony. Remember earlier, this is the one I mentioned, and I told you, look at how it has utilized space. Even right before we go to the bathroom, that one I'll leave it to that. That one I'll leave it once we see the bath. Me, I love the balcony. This is quite nice. So you can always use. It has two entrances on the master bedroom, and you're the only person who have the access to the master bedroom. So you can always come from the master. You have the entrance to these other ones, coming straight for these other bedrooms. But this was that bedroom, right? This was that bedroom. That bedroom is the one that it wasn't. It doesn't have a balcony. No, because remember that was one, two, and three, and four. Yeah, this is that. So the dad actually, the advantage about it, it doesn't have an access to the balcony, but at least I can peep. Now the master bed, yeah, exactly. Yeah, bila kusumbuana. The master bedroom at least anaweza kuja. You can overlook your garden over here. Remember when I mentioned there's nothing behind there? There's just actually someone's house. You can see this, that was someone else's house over here. So actually security is here is very good. I love this place because the security is very good. There's a 3 units, only 3 units in the compound. This is a quite nice. One of the advantages about dealing with East property is that when you get a property like this one, we don't sell and let you be. We also help you manage the property. We can also give you a client if you're looking to rent it out. So we have a good track record of renting out the houses. So as you can see, but what can you do with this space? That's a very good question. Well, it's a huge space. Very huge. Because even if I think of putting an extra sofa, um, uh, you can, for the mzee, sindio? So at least the chill, your swings over here. Yeah. Yeah, the pool can be very nicely for them there. But now the problem, yeah, the neighbors have a few shade. Yeah, you can actually lock this one out. Actually, they have extended it, so you can extend it. You can extend it. That shed. That shed behind you. You can extend it all the way from here. Then you can at least close it, and then you can have like the windows, translucent windows. At least you can have, so to allow in the light, but also, and then I will leave this space open. I'll have my swing, I'll have my pool over here, or I can just create like a small office, my own private office. Just want to do my evening walk, or just want to chill, okay, or enjoy a smoke or wine or whiskey over here. Yeah, I think that would be quite nice. So as we move on to the bathroom, this was now the feature for the main feature for the house. The master bathroom. Look at that. Huh? This is quite nice. This is quite lovely, as you can see, with the bathtub. Comes in with a shower. You can always have a shower over here. Let me show you. The lighting is perfect. The lighting. Well, look at that. Imagine that is not even the normal window. Yeah, this is not the normal window, but just imagine that light. Imagine yourself or your better half just having a bath over here. This is quite lovely, and I love the way it is. Yes, yes, being sun kissed. You're sharing, and then you're being you're sharing, then you're being sun kissed over here. So you have your toilet on this side. This side you're being sharing as you're being sun kissed, and then this other side you have your shower. You have your showers actually. Now this is now shower for two. Yes, this is your shower cube. Yeah. hmm Just imagine this one. This is your shower. Now, this is enough for fitting two. This is actually meant for you and your hubby. Nobody else, just you and your hubby. Just this one over here. So by the time you're coming out of here, you know everything. And then leave alone when the other bedrooms had like a piano shower. This one now you can play. You have the main thing. But you don't want to press so that at least to take a shower. Took one in the morning. So you can have over here, and then I love the way that you place even you place your towels. Where just you don't need to step out every time you take a shower. You don't need to step out. And then I love the windows on this side. This is quite nice. So actually, these are quite nice. So This is for the heating, just for the heating. So in case of a steam, you can always switch them on and off. And then you always have a space, extra sockets, just in case you want to put your shaving sockets over here. You can always do that. And then just in case you're brushing your teeth or just washing your face, you don't need to fight in the morning. You can always have the he's and the has over here. And then you have cabinetry space. Uh, plenty of spaces. Plenty of spaces just to check on all this. You have plenty of spaces just to have that. This one's quite nice. And the drainage is just they really did. They really did. Actually, they really considered space. This house is quite huge. From outside, imagine from outside you can't imagine that this thing. I don't know. I'm lost for words. What am I gonna do here with this space? And then remember, you have the is and has. Unless, by the way, unless now for us men, I'm sorry for us men, but men usually we don't have so many clothes. So all the closet space belongs to the wife. So we can always have. you can always have your your clothes over here. Yeah, you remember one of those days, remember? Yeah, you go see what you can do. You can always put them over here. Yeah, so that's it. This is actually quite nice. I love this mansion. This one. Well, as we move on, before we move on, we noticed there was the his and the has on this space. One thing I forgot to mention is that you can always use this space. Thanks, Brian, for bringing me back. You can always use this space. You can put your dressing mirror. You can always have your dressing mirror over here. Yeah. Makeup desk. Makeup desk for you. So it's for the ladies. So actually, so actually, we can actually say that this side is for the ladies because of the makeup mirror. Now for the guys, okay, we always survive, so we can we can do better in this one. From the master bedroom, we're going all the way upstairs. Also, just you can see the lights, the way the lights are coming in. Look at that. Okay, translucent windows. This is actually on the advantages. And then you have stainless steel on the staircase, just to give in the light. So you remember when we were coming in, we could see the triple volume ceiling. Now we are here to the top. Now this is the fifth. This is the fifth bedroom. It's quite nice. The feel about this house doesn't feel like an apartment. It's actually quite nice. This is very nice. The closet space for this particular bedroom is the one that I didn't like so much, because at least you only have this one. So if it is me, I don't know what I'll use here. If it is me, I don't know which space I'll put here. But actually, the closet space is the one most discouraging about the place. But yes, exactly. But you know also the advantage about it, if you want more space, you can always put over. Senior, you can always put over here. So you can have more closet space on this side. Your bed is 6x6 bed. I'm hoping with two side tables over here. And then this is the bathroom. We're moving into the bathroom. And then you'll notice you'll have to do one step. You also have to do the one step over here. And then just like all the showers, it has more or less like a piano shower. I love the shower head. Yeah, I'm not that short, by the way. And then you can always have your installation for the instant shower. You can have installation for the instant shower, just like the one. The shower is on the left, and then the other side. And then you'll notice as you move going up, you'll notice one thing. Notice the height for this one. Now this one is a bit raised up, just not like the other ones. This is a bit raised up, so at least you don't have to worry about the water coming on that side, splashing on that side. Also, this is just a provision you can also do. This is of course when you buy a house like this one, you want to do a few things. You just want to modify a few things. Some the developer can do, others you can have to discuss it, others you can do it yourself. Okay. And then one thing you can always have if your person who loves to shave, you can have a socket here just for your shaving. Shaving sockets. No. a shaving machine or anything. There's translucent uh, windows that allows the air to come in and all that. This is actually quite nice. I love this one. Now let's go to the other bedroom. From the fifth bedroom, you'll notice actually the developer actually separated this one. So this one actually separated. This is, you may ask me, why did you want to do that? Because actually you can have an open space. On this side, you'll have a study area. For those working from home, the dedicated office space provides a serene environment, ensuring productivity without compromising on comfort. Come on this side, I'll show you. So on this side, you also have your powder room, and also you have your toilet, just like downstairs on the first floor. Now this is a study area. This is quite nice. Oh, good. So just for the lover, if you love putting plants, we can always do something over here. Sorry for that. We can always do something. This is more or less, this is not like a balcony, you have like a mini balcony. So you can always open up. You can always open up on this side, and then for the fresh air and all that. So you can actually do that. Yeah. This is actually quite nice. I love the space. So you can have like your home office or office for two. So from there on, we can see what we can do. So this is actually quite nice. I love it. I love the space. I love how they place the sockets. I love how everything is a wall to wall. So I can have like a mm, one, two, three, like a four desk over here. So you can have like my home office over here. So whenever I want to do something, or I want to, or the kids want to do their homework, they can have like their own station. So actually, that's nice. Yeah. Entertainment, entertainment room, yeah. Because of the noise, yeah. Yeah. Let's say, for example, you want to play a PlayStation. You can always come over here. Mm, exactly. Because it doesn't have any cinematic area or any room, so this one can act like one. You can always have like a soundproof. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So and then you see the beauty about this one. They always have they as from the neighbor you can see we can always place some solar. It has solar coming in, so this is you don't have to worry about what electricity. Uh, okay, this is quite nice. Come over here. I love this space. One thing I love this space. Now, actually, this mansion was built to host people. If you love hosting, this is a mansion for you. This was built to host people. You can do a lot in this space. You can have this can be your chill spot. For those guys who are upstairs, this can be your chill spot. Just when you want to enjoy home, your home. This is the evening. You just want to or in the morning just to hear the birds singing and all that. Brian was saying yeah. Yeah, your hanging lines, but I won't put them up here. They'll destroy the nature. What about downstairs? As we're going a minute to explore downstairs and also explore the two servants' quarter that we saw, the two detached servants' quarter that we saw. I think I'm gonna have my hanging lines over there. Just a small part of the garden. I can put it. Yeah, just a small part of the garden. We can always put it as a hanging lines over there, and then coming with clothes all the way here, and then you don't have a space for the washing machine. That is, and then you see, in a moment I'll show you the washing machine area. So Brian was thinking we can use this one as a master bedroom. Yeah, I can't agree. It has a balcony, yes. You have your balcony. Yeah, this is quite nice. You have your balcony. Over here, you have your balcony. Over here, you have your balcony overlooking your garden. Uh, you have your drainage over there. So for me, the reason I can't place this one, the most features that I really loved about the one that I call a primary ensuite, primary bedroom, is that I loved it because of the shower cubicle. But but let me show you something. That makes me confusing. This one, let me show you something over here. So between that one, between the primary bedroom and this one, which one would you call it? Hmm? Only this one. This is the thing that sold Brian. This is a fully loaded jacuzzi. Fully loaded. So you don't need a shower. You have your shower. You have your mobile shower over there. You have a shower over it. Rain shower. If the days you feel like having a rain shower, you can always close it. The water can always splash in from both sides on this one. So if you ever taken a bath in this one, you know the feeling. The feeling is actually quite nice. So I don't know, from the comment section, please tell me, between this one and the primary ensuite, which one should we call it as the master ensuite? So Brian thinks this one is the best.
No, for me, I consider the other one. This one, it's nice, but it's giving you can see the design.
It's
like you
I gave him vibe,
I gave him vibe. It's dark, the lights, but still.
Me, I'll use this one as a reward bedroom. So for those kids who are well behaved and well rewarded, I will reward them for this one. For at least once a month or twice a month. So the best kid can always come and take a shower and enjoy the shower as they enjoy the view from upstairs.
So the space,
then the space.
You can't even
You can't fit here. Yeah, exactly. That's why I have the shower cubicle. It's so boring. You can only you can hear. Yeah, only you. And then you can just imagine this one over here. It's only you that you are here, nobody else. And when you come this side, let me show you. So they're not finished yet. So what I'm thinking is they were meant to put a toilet over here. But I can't figure out if they put a toilet over here there, what are we gonna do with that space? You see, it requires a small space over here. So maybe I was saying maybe this one will share the toilet. That's what the disadvantage about this part. That's the most thing that I didn't like about. I didn't want to call this one the primary bedroom. I can prefer the other one. As we go down and see the two SQs, we have two servants' quarter we haven't seen. As we think about the jacuzzi, which is quite lovely, I love it. I love this one, fully loaded jacuzzi. Now let's go downstairs and we admire the servants' quarter. Come with me. Yeah? Yes, it's a sauna. Oh, actually, no. Developer cannot, but you can. Once you buy something like this, you can always use it as your sauna, or you can always use it as a getaway place. Yeah, so you can always switch up the place. So you can always use as a steaming room. You can do a lot. You can modify a place to be at least home. You see, it's a 6-bedroom mansion, but you don't need all that room, or you don't need all those bedrooms. You can always work around it. That's the beauty about having different ideas, and this is the right house for you if you have those kind of ideas. So let's go. Let's go explore the DSQ. As we look through the SQ, this is the servants' quarter separate from there. Remember I showed you the window? During the evening time, remember I showed you this window? There was no light coming in, so actually it's actually very dark, but inside the house is beautiful. So this is the servants' quarter. We start with the washing area. This is actually a very huge washing area. Plus it's inside. So you have a provision for your washing machine. You have another extra socket. You can always do wonders. The construction is still ongoing. Come quickly, let me show you this one. The rain actually are disguised, so it's actually raining over here. So we have two servants' quarters. They're not ensuite, but the room is actually quite nice. So the house is still under construction, but they're finishing everything. That's the door of one of the houses, one of the rooms, and that's the door is going to be placed over here. This is the toilet, and this is the bathroom. So this is the space for your house manager. This is the first SQ. It shares the toilet and bathroom. And then this is the second one. Right over here. So as you can see, you come on this other side. This is the septic tank. Right over there. So yeah, so I believe that's the end of the tour.